get you some big breaking news at this point in time as far as investigation into the first rape case against suspended Palakkad MLA Rahul Mamkootathil has been handed over to the crime branch. A special team led by AIG G. Poonguzhali will now probe the case. The case was previously investigated by the Thiruvananthapuram City Police Commissioner with the handover. Now, both rape cases registered against the MLA will be under the supervision of AIG Poonguzhali. She was already heading the inquiry into the second rape case. Well, that is the big breaking news that we're getting you at this point in time as far as the suspended Congress MLA Rahul Mamkootathil's case is concerned. What we're given to understand is that the investigation into the first rape case against the suspended Palakkad MLA Rahul Mamkootathil has been handed over to the crime branch, and the special team led by AIG G. Poonguzhali will now probe the case. The case was previously investigated by the Thiruvananthapuram City Police Commissioner, and with the handing over of both the rape cases registered against the MLA, now it is going to be under the supervision of AIG Poonguzhali. Remember, there was a relief granted to Rahul Mamkootathil a few days ago where he was given a bail in the second rape case. But now what we're given to understand is that the first rape case that was registered against the suspended Congress Palakkad MLA Rahul Mamkootathil has been handed over to the crime branch, and a special investigation team led by AIG G. Poonguzhali will now probe the case. And this is going to now ensure that both the cases are now going to be under AIG Poonguzhali. She was already heading the inquiry into the second rape case, and now the first rape case that was registered against Rahul Mamkootathil has also been brought under her ambit. My colleague Sneha Koshi is joining me right now to get us more details. Sneha, we've just seen a few days ago Rahul Mamkootathil, the suspended Congress MLA from Palakkad, was granted bail. But it seems that his past and all the rape charges that has been leveled against him are now catching up. This first rape case has now been handed over to the crime branch.
That's right, Samya. In fact, this is the first case that was filed against Rahul Mamkootathil. This is the first rape allegation which was against Rahul Mamkootathil, and this case now has been taken over by the crime branch. In fact, it's going to be the same AIG who will be probing this case, the same police official who's also probing the second case involving the rape charges, rape allegations against Rahul Mamkootathil. So effectively now what happens is both the rape cases against Rahul Mamkootathil are being probed by the same police official and by the crime branch. So basically the Kerala government had decided to combine both the rape cases against Rahul Mamkootathil. And while the police were saying that he's an absconder, there he was, Samya, voting in full glare in front of everybody. He went and cast his vote. And when asked about these cases against him, he said he hasn't done anything. Well, that's of course what he will say. But the crime branch now taking over the probe against Rahul Mamkootathil, who has been sacked from the party by Congress.
Absolutely. Sneha, thank you so much for getting us all those details. We shall leave it at that for the moment. All right, we are shifting our focus to some of the stories that we are tracking is where in a key development, former Supreme Court judges and former Chief Justices and judges of the High Courts have condemned the attempts by members of Parliament and senior advocates to impeach Madras High Court Justice G.R. Swaminathan. 56 former judges have written against the impeachment motion against Justice Swaminathan, whose order allowed for the Deepam to be lit in Madurai. Justice Swaminathan on 1st December had directed the authorities to allow the lighting of the lamp at the Deepathun atop the hill of Tiruparakundaram in Madurai, and the letter against the move comes after more than 100 MPs from the opposition moved an impeachment motion against the Madras High Court judge, accusing him of quote-unquote proven misbehavior and gross misconduct. And as per reports, the motion accuses Justice Swaminathan of selectively prioritizing cases. One allegation states that he prioritized listings and time slots for a specific group of advocates, particularly from the Brahmin community and those aligned with right-wing ideologies. Well, that is the big breaking news that we're getting you at this point in time. Where in a key development, former Supreme Court judges and former Chief Justices and judges of the High Courts have condemned attempts by Member of Parliament and senior advocates to impeach Madras High Court Justice G.R. Swaminathan. My colleague Thoya Jakshi is joining me right now to get us more details. Thoya Jakshi, 56 former judges have written against the impeachment motion against Justice Swaminathan, whose order allowed for the Deepam to be lit in Madurai. Now, what is the sense on the ground? Because as far as the impeachment motion against Justice Swaminathan is concerned, has brought the opposition MPs together, but that has been refuted and withstood by a group of judges and chief justices who have come together condemning the attempt.
Well, yes, Samya, earlier this week, over 100 India bloc lawmakers, including the Congress Priyanka Gandhi Vadra and Samajwadi Party boss Akhilesh Yadav, presented the motion to the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla. Well, now the latest that we're getting over here is the 56 former judges, including those who served in the Supreme Court, have issued a statement, in support of Justice G.R. Swaminathan, the Madurai bench of Madras High Court, who ruled on the Tirupurakondaram Subramania Swamy temple case, and whom the opposition now wants to, impeach. The 56 judges expressed serious expression to the impeachment motion. They calling it as a Franza attempt to browbeat judges who do not fall in the line with ideological and political expectations of a particular section of the society. If this is allowed to continue, the judges warned it will cut at the very roots of our democracy and the independency of the judiciary. So even, the reason, mentioned by the signatory members of the parliament are taken at face value. They're wholly, inadequate to justify restoring such a rare, exceptional and serious constitutional measures as impeachment. So on the other hand, now the latest that we're getting in over here also, says that the Madurai bench of Madras High Court heard appeals against single judge's order following on this Kartikeya Deepam, where currently the hearing in the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court is also underway regarding the same issue, Samya.
Absolutely, Thoya Jakshi. Thank you for getting us all those details. We shall leave it at that for the moment. Now, the Madurai bench of the Madras High Court heard appeals against Justice Swaminathan's order allowing the Kartikeya Deepam to be lit. The state argued that the traditional and undisputed location for the ritual is the Uchi Pilari temple and that the pillar near the Sikandar Dargah is merely a survey marker, not a lamp pillar. The state warned that lighting the lamp near the Dargah could provoke communal tension, noting that similar requests were earlier dismissed by a division bench, and said that the petition, an individual plea, had been wrongly treated as a PIL. It maintained that only the temple administration had the authority under HR and CE rules to decide lamp lighting practices and that the single judge's order was issued hastily without considering key submissions. The bench questioned some points, including whether visibility of the Deepam could be a valid consideration, while the temple's council stressed that the petition seeks to introduce a new practice unrelated to the Kartikeya festival and that the single judge acted beyond the scope of the case. The judges stated that a permanent solution is needed and will take up the LPA appeals later, with the hearing to continue after lunch.